punk rock is fuck you.
To a punk rock show.
Woo woo! I'm excited.
Vicky, are you punk rock?
At heart.
In other words,
No.
Punk rock, I mean, like, I don't know, it's just, it's a fun time.
At a punk show, you can let yourself go like separate from everybody else, and just like, if that means bobbing your head back and forth, it's kind of like abandoned.
So it's really just like a more chill atmosphere and a lot more lively and stuff because everyone's real.
When you're playing a show, you want everybody to dance because it's like a physical way of saying, okay, yeah, I support your music, whatever. But I mean, you don't know that person that's like in the back sitting against the wall isn't enjoying it as much as everybody else just because he enjoys it in a different way.
Punk shows are so often about like the band, you know, gets to move and you all stand there crossing your arms and looking at your shoes and being like, man, am I punk enough for this? But like that's not the case at all. I mean, it's just like do what makes you have fun.
If you want to go to a punk rock show, come here when there's nobody here. It's probably the punk rock show.
That's another thing about the punk kids. I mean, they're so broke, they don't even want to pay the $3 cover for a show like that to get in.
It's like that verse in the Bible is like about you can't get the camel through the eye of a needle or something, and a rich man has a hard time getting to heaven than that. It's sort of like punk rock. It's usually people without money.
I mean, I've got a lot of bills that I can't pay, and that makes me angry about things, and so I dug a lot of stuff about that.
Being a broke bitch.
The emotions expressed in punk rock are normally negative ones, like, I'm tired of my job, I'm tired of school, I'm tired of life, girls, guys, whatever.
I think the first show I went to, there was a big fight. It was a Scuds show where people would get in a lot of fights.
We usually have like a, I don't know if I can say this on here.
Yeah, you can. Say
I'm a badass. Type attitude.
A lot of us are a lot alike, coming from troubled backgrounds. Most of our issues being the same.
Punk is about drinking too much. Actually, I'm kidding. Punk shouldn't be about drinking or drugs or anything. There's nothing fucking punk about it.
Not every punk rocker has a rough lifestyle.
You got your responsibilities. I mean, people get older, they have families, they have kids, you know, they have wives.
When I think punk, they're like, oh, the 70s, it's about rioting and about, you know, playing power chords, which, I mean, I guess it still sort of is about rioting and playing power chords. But, like, this is now, like, punk's become more about social awareness and, like, you know, awareness of gender identity and, you know, human rights and anti-capitalist and consumerist ideals.
We just play with Bomb the Music Industry, which is pretty much everything. It might be on the label, but if it is, it's probably pretty small, and they record all the songs themselves, they set up their own tours, do all that kind of stuff. So it's the idea that you can have a band, you can listen to bands, and you can do everything involved in the actual like artistic musical process without having to like go through a label.
I think DIY is one of the most important things that goes on today because like we're becoming one with what we make, and that's so important to feel like. Not even just like, I mean, punk's about feeling solidarity with each other. DIY is about feeling solidarity with the things that we create, the things that we do in daily life.
Show through!
The biggest thing that punk rock means to me is maybe generally the questioning or rejecting of the norm.
We all look different. We all look weird as shit. Like we're just funny looking. Half of I have a fucking rat tail.
I'm gonna say they look like the scummiest people on the planet. People do, I guess, other punks that I've known and put a lot of time into how they look and stuff in an image.
They gotta dress up nice for the shows and stuff, you know. It's just people come out and they wear what they think is cool, what a lot of kids in school wear.
All these kids are talking about punk as being something to, a place to come to rebel, but these kids aren't rebelling, they're completely conforming.
I think if you're going to, say you just don't care what you look like, you really shouldn't care what you look like. You should be honest about it.
Every few years a new trend comes along, but you know, the punk rock gets left in the dirt every time.
The more you restrict punk rock to a certain thing, the more problems arise. But in general, like if you just think about it, like in terms of like DIY and like the feeling of the music and stuff, it's hard to criticize it because it's basically like an art form separate from just music in general.
You can put your heart into it, and no conveyor belt can ever do that.
You feel good going to a show, which seems ironic, like going to a show where they talk about depressing or like maddening things and you end up feeling happy because you know that you're not alone.
It's okay, and my night was alright, but my year, I fear, is gone.
It doesn't matter who you're with, it's going to be a good crowd. You're going to like everybody, you're going to get along with everybody, it doesn't matter. It's the only music community that brings complete strangers together.
That's what's so big in punk, is that we have each other's back. Like, no matter what happens, we will defend each other, we will always be there, and we won't let anyone get left behind. Solidarity is really important. I think that everyone needs solidarity, not just punks. And that we all say, you know, this is dog eat dog, this is laissez-faire, we're fucked.
My baby's on crack! My baby's on crack! She's on crack! She's on crack! Her mother just smacked! Her mother just smacked! She's on smack! She's on smack! Her father's a homosexual! Her father's a homosexual! He's a homosexual! He's a homosexual! He takes it up the ass! 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 My baby's on